Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for joining our Tuesday night with National Training Truck Driving School. Our special guest. We're going to get the party started this evening. A little bit of housekeeping with you guys first. So first off, you're going to have a screen that looks similar to this. We're going to go over what some of these icons mean for you. The first one, number 1, looks like a reddish orange microphone. We can mute and unmute everybody. I can do all of that as well. There's a green hand, that's number 2. If you have any questions or if we're going too fast, feel free to click that button and raise your hand. Everybody, if you would, just go ahead and click that hand button so I can indicate that you are able to hear me. Wonderful. Christina, I see you. John, Romel, Jannard, Mike, Miracle. All right, very good, everybody. Dewan, I see you there as well. And I can go ahead and put everybody down with one quick swipe of my mouse here. All right, below that, there's a question mark. That's icon number 3. If you do have any questions, you can type them into the chat and I can definitely help you out with that as well. So just a little bit of information before we get started with Marty here. National Training has been incorporated since 1978 as a proprietary post-secondary vocational education institution. We're committed to providing a strong curricula with programs that emphasize practical, usable skills blended with a relevant general education foundation. It's a caring environment with personal attention and close faculty-student interaction. And we do have an open door admission, which means that we have a class that's always coming up. We start classes every 4 weeks. And we are Florida's oldest private truck driving school with a state-of-the-art training facility. We have a 1.25 mile multi-lane highway. It ensures safer, more efficient training. And we've graduated over 40,000 students since 1978. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let Mr. Marty start. We're going to jump on his website here, schneiderjobs.com. So Marty, if you want to go ahead and we'll start talking about Schneider and some opportunities that these fine folks might have with you after graduating our program here.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for inviting me here. I look forward to every time I'm able to talk about Trucking 101. Class, again, my name is Marty Frady. I'm with Schneider Transportation. A little bit about myself. I've been a driver since '97, and I have not regretted it one day, because not only have I drove trucks, but I've also helped run a trucking school, and I've been a field recruiter for the past 16 years. So I can definitely say the industry has changed, but that's one of those great things about having a Class A CDL. It's one of those things where you're not going to be hurting for a job. I think now is the greatest time to become a truck driver. I've never seen more jobs or more opportunities. It's like right here on our website, schneiderjobs.com. You literally can put in your zip code there in the little box and pull up every single job that's available to you as soon as you were able to get a Class A CDL. Now for us, you must earn that Class A CDL, but as soon as you do that, we're set up to take you from student driver to professional driver. And Schneider's been in business since 1935. So we started out with 1 truck and trailer, and today we're one of the largest trucking companies in the nation. Now, she was serious about asking questions. If you guys would just ask her any questions you may come up with, I would love to answer any questions that you might have tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Dewan, I see that your hand is up. Did you have a question? You can go ahead and click on your mic, Dewan. Okay, it looks like he put his hand down. All right, Marty, so let's talk about some different opportunities for these students as they leave truck driver school and go to work for a company like Schneider. Let's talk about the new training for inexperienced drivers, which means a student that just graduated.
What we do is we normally, if you're in the Florida area, Florida market, we'll send you up to Atlanta for 3 weeks of training. and it is paid training of $80 a day. You're going to be trained on the specific job that you've chosen. See, with Schneider, we have van, which is the type of trailers that you're pulling. We have flatbed. We have refrigerated units. We have containers. So there's a lot of different opportunities that are available. But whenever you come to us for training, we're going to make sure that you're training with an individual that's specific for that job that you've applied for. Training is very important whenever you're starting out your career, because you want to start off on the right foot so that you're going to have a successful career. I can't tell you how many drivers I've run into in the past where they said, yeah, I started off with this company and they treated me bad, and I just don't think I want to get back in the trucking industry because of it. So the thing about it is, getting Class A CDL gives you a ton of opportunities as far as jobs. You want to do your homework, though, and pick the right company that's going to be the right fit for you. And having a good reputation, you can't buy a good reputation.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about the different types of trucking, can you kind of elaborate on the different types of trailers or types of trucks?
Yes. What is normally referred to as a dry van are goods and services that are going to be hauled around in the back of a trailer that do not require to be refrigerated. So it's going to be the stuff that you would see at your local Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Costco. That kind of stuff for vans is going to be what you're normally going to be trained on at the school. So that's the simplest and the easiest freight. It's one of those things where it's locked in the back behind you. You really don't have to worry about it that much. If it gets 100 degrees or 15 below, it's not going to affect the freight at all.
Okay.
So dry van is normally the easiest where you don't have to worry about it freight.
Perfect. Yeah, that seems to be the most typical. So can you elaborate on like your dedicated route? I know you guys have a lot of different types of dedicated routes.
Yes, I mentioned Walmart, Target, Costco. We also are looking at obtaining several different athletic sportswear accounts to where we'll actually dedicate drivers to hauling just that specific customer's freight. So if you're on with Walmart, you'll be pulling Walmart trailers, Walmart freight, sometimes our trailers as well, but you'll be specifically set to that customer. So we also have sportswear company. So whichever account for the dedicated, it makes it a lot easier because you're normally going to the same stores over and over again. And after you've done that job for about 6 months, you know it like the back of your hand. You know exactly where that customer is, who to talk to, who's always in a good mood. But not only with the customers, if you're driving on the same roads and highways, you get to know where your favorite restaurant is, your favorite truck stop, the scenery, where you like to pull off and take your breaks to where you can actually, see the sights and actually enjoy your career, because there's a lot of things that you get to do because you're a truck driver that you wouldn't get to do in any other career field.
That's a great example. I like that. So I see this intermodal. I know a lot of people might not be familiar with that. Can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yes, this, in my opinion, in my 20+ years of driving a truck, this right here is the future of the industry. Intermodal is a very, great term that is used to describe when freight is hauled multiple different methods. Like it came into the port on a ship, then it left the port on a train. Then we take it from the train and put it on one of our trucks. We are doing a lot of that out of the Port of Savannah, out of the Port of Jacksonville, the Port of Mobile. So you're basically, if you're in the Southeast, you're where the spearhead of that freight is. We're hauling so much of it out of the ports right now that it is just getting busier and busier. And they're looking to actually deepen the Port of Savannah. And whenever that happens, some estimates I got was that the amount of freight was going to increase tenfold.
Wow.
So again, the future of freight hauling, because not only is that, multiple different modes, we've seen the future in this field and actually have created our own tanker trucks so that we literally can put a tanker on the back of a train or on a ship and haul it all over the world. And we own our own equipment for that very reason.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely the future of the industry. You have to grow with the world, that's for sure.
Yes. Yeah, technology nowadays has made everything so connected that it makes it a lot easier to be a truck driver because, of all the technology that's available.
Absolutely. Now, you touched on tanker a little bit with that intermodal. Now, with tanker, I know a lot of people probably think just gasoline. Is there other options besides gasoline or?
Yeah, we actually haul zero amount of gasoline or diesel fuel. We don't even bother with that. 40% of our company is tanker, which what we refer to as bulk. So if you see jobs on there listed as bulk jobs, it's dealing with a tanker. And only 30% of our tanker freight is hazardous, where that could be, right now they're considering Hershey's chocolate syrup hazmat. They're considering Coca-Cola hazmat. So you may be hauling something as benign as those things, but to the EPA or to the DOT, they have classified it as hazardous. But the majority of our freight would be like soap. We could even haul water, like for some manufacturing facilities that need a specific amount of water, large amounts, we'll haul it for them, especially if they want to pay us good money.
Okay, very cool. And I see here on your website that we're looking at here that there's a lot of different options for that tanker where people could even be local.
Again, see that intermodal and the dedicated accounts? Those are all great options, especially for drivers straight out of school. And this is the first time in my career I've been able to offer this kind of stuff to student drivers straight out of school. So again, I stand by my statement. It's never been a better time to be a truck driver. I even trained my 50-year-old mom how to drive a truck, if that tells you anything.
That is awesome. All right. I see, Miracle, you said you have a question here. She said, what if you already have earned your CDL Class A permit? What's next?
Finding a good school. You're already ahead of the game. You're doing the right steps. The next thing is get you a good school so that we can hire you. Because trust me, as soon as you get an accredited school, everything else falls into place, especially whenever you get a school like we're dealing with here, National, that actually has a history of success.
Wonderful. We appreciate that, Marty. Yeah, Miracle, we can definitely help you out with that. So I see this team driving. What is team driving for those who don't know?
Team driving is where there's always a driver at the helm. There's a driver driving, and then there's a driver sleeping, getting ready, relaxing before it's their turn to drive. We put team drivers on our most expensive and time-sensitive freight, so therefore we pay those drivers the most. It's nothing to see a team driver making $100,000 a year each. So it's the fastest way to make the most money. The truck is always moving and it's always going. And normally those drivers get some of the newest equipment. So you're looking at a 2022 Freightliner there in that picture, which is state of the art with cameras all the way around that truck so that we're trying to do away with the blind side. You literally put on your blinker to change lanes and a computer screen shows up what's on your blind side.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yes, the technology again today made it a lot easier.
So with the team driving, is it a lot of like husband and wife duos?
Well, if I could have got my wife to drive, I'd have retired by now. So it's one of those things to where if you can find a partner, that is the fastest way to earn the most money. Now, there are plenty of jobs, again, with seniority and longevity. You're going to earn more just naturally because you're in the industry, you know more, you drive more, you're going to be better at your job. But with teams, team drivers are earning $1,400 to $1,600 a week.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Now, I kind of scrolled down here a little bit and I see where it says take your pet on the road with you. You can take your dog.
And the team drivers get that added benefit because, if you've got a team partner there, they can kind of take care in case Fido wants to try to jump out the window. so you don't go jumping after your pet out the window. So with the team drivers, we've definitely set aside to where they get a little bit more special perks and things that, again, make them happy. And as long as the drivers are happy with us, that's what we're looking for. But in the jobs that we've talked about today, all of my drivers have the option to change jobs within our company at their own direction. What that means is that you no longer have to get permission from your dispatcher or from your terminal manager in order to move into any of these jobs. Now, you must qualify, meaning that if the job's available and it's a tanker job, you have to have the tanker endorsement first. But other than that, if the job's available, you can have it. And we do not care. It doesn't bother us in the least, you moving and finding that right fit so that you stay with us longer.
Wonderful. Let me just be here real fast. Okay, so just a couple other little ones I want to touch base on just so people have a good understanding as to the different types of driving. What is regional driving?
Regional is normally a geographical area. I'm from Georgia, so I love to say that we keep you in the South with a sweet tea still sweet. You know, most people understand what I'm talking about if you're from the South, but if you have friends or family or you just want to see the country, you could pick a geographical area like the Northeast, the Southeast, the Midwest, coast to coast. And normally a regional account is just that. It is a geographical area, and you're going to get familiar with that area.
Okay, so they get a little more home time, kind of a good blend of both.
Yes. Yes, and each job has their pros and cons, so to speak, because not every driver is looking for the same thing. Some will want the most money possible, team driving. Some will want the most home time possible, which normally is dedicated or intermodal.
Okay, very nice. And I see here you even have some local driving.
Yeah, we have local jobs that come available from time to time, and my type of driving, whenever I drove, was to drive at night. That's normally whenever it's the least amount of traffic and the coolest, so the air conditioner works even better. And from time to time, we'll see farmers markets and that kind of stuff hauling produce. And normally the shift that you start out on from straight out of school is like from 7 at night to 7 in the morning, which is my prime time of driving. And again, those jobs come available. And if they come available, they will be on the website that you've got pulled up here. SchneiderJobs.com is the fastest and easiest way to find the jobs that are available.
Very nice. So it sounds like you guys have a good opportunity for just about any type of driver that's out there.
No matter what you're looking for, the only thing I know of right now that we're not offering, and I say it not yet, is for heavy haul. So if there's anything else in the industry that you're wanting to do and get into, we should be able to help you with that.
Very nice. Now, can we talk a little bit about your benefits that you guys offer?
Health, dental, vision, long and short-term disability, we have it all. Now, the health insurance takes effect the first day of the month after 90 days through United Healthcare. The vision and the dental is after 6 months. But we also have perks like 401k, where we match 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your gross. So you can start saving for retirement there. Not to mention home time and vacation. After you drive for us for 6 months, we'll give you 3 days paid vacation. And after you drive for us for a year, you get 2 paid weeks off.
Very nice. So that's some good vacation time. Definitely a great opportunity for a lot of people.
Yeah, and 6 paid holidays. So again, time off with your family so that you guys can actually do what you enjoy, and therefore it makes a happier driver.
Very cool. Now, I have a question here from John Clancy. He's asking if you have a pet policy. Do you have a pet policy for those who aren't doing team driving?
Yeah, currently right now it's just for teams. Again, because of safety reasons, we do not want you having to worry about Fido or Fifi getting out of their cage and getting loose while you're trying to drive an 80,000-pound vehicle down the road. It's all about safety for us, and that's one of those things we've seen accidents happen where, like I said, whenever I said Fido trying to jump out the window, there's actually reports where a driver ran off the road because he was trying to keep his dog from jumping out the window.
Oh, goodness. That's a little scary.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Mike Heavyland, I see you have your hand up. Did you have a question, Mike? You can go ahead and click on your microphone if you like. Mike, if you want to go ahead and type your question in the chat, if you have a question, I'll be happy to get it answered for you. The different types of driving that you offer. Can we talk about some of your facility locations? Like your
we have over 42 different facilities nationwide, and we are currently a global company. We just built a new distribution center in China to where we actually have Schneider drivers in China delivering freight. So size does matter, and each one of our terminals has free laundry, free showers, maintenance shops. Some of them even have gyms and workout facilities. So having that kind of network means that you're normally no more than about 200, 250 miles away from another terminal. So again, especially here on the East Coast.
Very nice. So that sounds like there's some nice perks to stopping at your terminals where they can actually enjoy those amenities. I see, like you said, some laundry, maintenance, cafeterias, exercise.
Free showers. Most of them also have a store, so you can go in there and get you something to eat, something to drink. Not to mention that each of our facilities normally has about 2 loaner cars. So say you're taking in your truck to have it fully serviced and it's going to be a couple of hours, get one of our loaner cars out and go get you something to eat or go pick up supplies, whatever you want to do.
Very awesome.
So
Okay,
it keeps you from having to hire Uber.
so Mike Hemeland typed in the chat here. He said, can you work your way up to owner operator?
Yes, yes. For us, that's one of those other options that are available to our drivers. For us, not only are owner operators in high demand, but the last estimate I got out of the Port of Savannah, the owner operators there were pulling in about $362,000 a year.
Wow.
So great pay, and there's no restriction on the age of your truck. So you could have a 10-year-old truck, a 15-year-old truck, which is going to be a lot less expensive than a 5-year-old truck.
Absolutely.
And the perks and benefits there for being an owner operator, you need to drive for us for about 9 months before you would go into that kind of field or that kind of advancement into your career. So be aware of that opportunity is there.
Very nice. Okay, so we got another question from John Clancy. He said, he's a veteran, do you have the apprentice programs? Let's talk about your military perks.
Yeah, the GI Bill apprenticeship program, we are qualified for that, and we can help veterans get their benefits. I think the last BAH I saw was at $14.60 a month. So we can help you get your BAH, and we're also, if you use your GI Bill to pay for your truck driving school, we will pay you back for that up to $7 grand, $250 a month till it's paid back, and that's for anybody as well as veterans as far as paying back if you paid for the school.
Yeah, that's also my next question was about your tuition reimbursement. So yeah, I see here on your military program benefits.
Yeah, we also, if you come to work for us after leaving the service for at least within 1 year, we'll start you off at least a year pay rate. So whatever that job's paying, we'll go in there and increase it to what a 1-year experienced driver would be earning. We also take it a step further. If you did a job in the service like 88 Mike, we will literally match year for year up to 10 years of service.
Wow, that sounds like a great opportunity for a lot of our veterans out there. And thank you to all of you who are veterans. We greatly appreciate your service.
A lot of benefits, that's for sure.
I see this pretty cool Ride of Pride military tribute truck.
Yes, you sign up a letter. If you get in line, you can actually drive the truck that represents the service that you served under. So again, Marines, Air Force, Navy. So that's one of those things. It's a really prideful thing to be able to drive that across the country, and you get a lot of attention in that truck, best to say the least.
Yeah, that definitely will catch some eyes for sure.
Yes.
Mike also asked, what about 88 Hotel?
Again, each designation, I think there's about 7 of them that would qualify. The simple thing is to go ahead and make a phone call after we get off this webinar and call my headquarters, and they'll let you know all 7 of them, because we have a full team of staff that are set there just to help veterans get what they can and the benefits that are available.
And that would be this Call Schneider Military Recruiter today? This
Yes.
868-838-7235.
Yes, because they'll be more than happy to tell you everything that we can do for you based on your service and how long you were serving. So again, a great thing.
Very nice. So I hope that answered your question, Mike, as well as John. Great questions that we're getting here, guys. So go ahead and jot that number down for those veterans if you guys are interested, because that sounds like a great opportunity for you guys. 866-838-7235. All right, so you started to kind of touch on the tuition reimbursement. Can we kind of elaborate on that a little bit here?
We know that you had to go through a good school in order to come to work for us, so we're willing to pay you back for that. So what we've done is, you go to an accredited school, a school that we're working with and hiring out of, we can actually do tuition reimbursement. You simply bring us in the receipts that it cost you, or the whatever you paid yourself for the school. So it's either paying it out of your pocket or getting a loan, and we will pay you back monthly installments of $200 a month up to $7,000. Now, another perk is if you run teams, that we can pay that back even faster. If you run a team job, we pay you back $400 a month until it's paid back up to $7 grand.
Okay, so like if they brought you, say their enrollment agreement from the school that they attended, that's
Yes.
all we need to see, correct?
Yes, as well as books and everything else that you want to put in there. Yep.
Okay, very nice. Let's see here. I know we kind of touched on the pay and the benefits. Now, do you guys have a rider plan? We
Mm.
get a lot of questions about that.
Yes, spouse, child, friend, or family, as long as they're over the age of 10 years old, sign them up. Take them over the road with you.
Very cool. So they can just ride around with you. It's not like they're driving;
Mm-hmm.
they're just riding around
Mm-hmm.
for the trip.
It's one of those great things about showing your family what you're doing, and especially if you're a dedicated truck driver. My wife's in the education system. She works for a school. So during the summers, I would take her over the road and she would see the different places. So whenever she wasn't able to ride with me, I could just say, hey, I'm at that truck stop on Interstate 75, the one that had the good macaroni and cheese. And it's just one of those things where it connects with your family to where they can say, oh, I know where you're at in the world. It makes life easier.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I know a lot of people come through here with children or like you said, their
Mm-hmm.
spouse. And I know my daughter, she's 10. She would love to go for a ride
Oh
across.
yeah, oh yeah. I don't know anybody that doesn't. That's one of those things about it. Once you get into it, it's a lot of fun.
Very nice. Okay, so let's see here. I'm just kind of looking at you guys have a 401k plan, company
Mm-hmm.
match. So that's always a great option.
50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your gross.
Very nice. You guys have good health care, I see here. It looks as well, as
Mm-hmm.
low as $10 for a copay.
Yep, and it's one of those things that it's benefits are becoming more and more and more important, especially with all the COVID stuff, and having a great insurance will separate a good company from a great company, and we have great benefits.
Very good. Yeah, those benefits definitely make a difference. You
Yes.
guys get a lot of women drivers.
Yeah, again, like I said, I trained my own mom, so there's nobody more for the industry than myself. Anyone that is considering driving a truck should be driving a truck right now.
Very good. And I see here you guys have nearly 1,000 women who drive for Schneider. So that's a great option.
Yes, well, they're representatives of the company, and they do a great job. And we'll hire anybody that's willing to come to work for us, and we'll be welcoming everyone to the company.
Wonderful. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the types of tractors that you guys drive, the trucks themselves?
Yeah, normally 2018 or newer Freightliners. We've kind of switched over to the Freightliners now, and again, the 2022s are something really special. They're going to have like a 430 horsepower engine. They're going to have a automatic transmission, so it's a lot easier to drive, and in my opinion, a lot safer to drive. You're not going to have to worry about having your knee replaced because you've been working that hydraulic clutch for 50 years. They're also going to have accident avoidance systems like Easy Pass and Pre-Pass and a trucking GPS that gives you verbal turn-by-turn directions, so you're not having to worry about being lost all the time. Now, that's just the safety-sensitive information up front, not to mention cameras on the outside of the truck that help make sure that you don't get any kind of false accusations. And whenever you're changing lanes, it's a safety feature for the cameras. We do not have cameras inside the trucks. There are no microphones inside the trucks. All this equipment is set up to make you a safer, more comfortable driver. Now, whenever you get ready to shut down, we've really stepped up the interiors. They are an increased, how should I put this? An increased trim level. We supply an 8-inch memory foam mattress in these trucks, and I'm 6'6". I can stretch out in the back and get a good night's sleep, no problem. Not to mention they come equipped with, I believe, an 1,800 watt power inverter. They increased it. So it's an 1,800 watt power inverter and a refrigerator. So those are two things that you don't have to buy just by coming to work for us.
Yeah, so some comfort items as well. So that sounds great.
Definitely comfort. I mean, again, the memory foam stuff, that makes everything. You'll have to set 2 alarm clocks whenever you go to sleep on that mattress.
Sounds like I need to upgrade to one of those. All right. So I'm going to open up the floor here for any other questions that you guys might have for Marty before we start talking a little bit more about the school here itself. Anybody have any questions? Let's see. Christina, did you have any questions?
Yeah, don't be afraid. I love answering questions.
All right. I don't see anybody raising hands or anything, so we're going to go ahead and proceed. Marty, we really appreciate you joining us this evening. Can't wait to see you here in the school as well, because anybody that comes here for training will also get to see him here in person. He'll actually be here with us tomorrow.
Thank you again for the invitation and all the great questions. Good luck to everyone. And again, if you're considering becoming a truck driver, now is the best time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Marty. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. So we're going to keep going with our little slideshow over here. Kind of talk to you guys a little bit about our school here itself. So why drive a truck for a living? Plain and simple, job security. As you just heard from Marty, there's a lot of opportunity out there. Demand for drivers is extremely high. So our trucks here, we've had thousands of drivers that have had their very first truck driving experience in our trucks. So don't let that intimidate you. We have cab over engines with a sleeper, your conventional condos and sleeper cabs, as well as some day cabs here as well. So this is what your traditional sleeper cab will look like. It's going to have your pilot seat here, your co-pilot seat, as well as a bed that can convert into a dinette in most cases with some storage, as well as, like Marty said, their trucks come equipped with a mini fridge as well. It has the power inverter, so you can plug in a TV or any type of device that you're going to need to use a regular outlet for. Have the captain's chairs, and they usually will swivel around, especially the co-pilot's chair here, so that you can utilize it as a chair to sit in inside your cab. So some driving jobs that you guys might be able to adventure into. You're going to haul freights of all kinds, primarily in a specified area of the country. Most offer weekly home time, great pay, steady runs, and company benefits. So the driver pay scale, this is for based off of 2019 to 2020. Your general freight trucking average annual salary is going to be $46,250. Like I said, that's on an average. A lot of things are even higher than that now. One thing that has definitely increased over the last year and a half has been that pay for truck drivers. So our school qualifications, we're going to review your driving record, your criminal background, your physical abilities. We're going to administer a drug screening on your first day of class, and we want to know your intensity to succeed. So we ensure that you can benefit from this training before you start with our qualifying form. So it's a 4-week residence hands-on training. It takes place here on our 350-acre campus. Here we have an aerial view of our campus, and it has our 1¼ mile track, which we're going to touch base on here in just a few minutes. We also have a simulator. It's a state-of-the-art high-tech simulator. As you see here with Mike Adams, he's our training director. It's very lifelike, very beneficial for all of our students here. Our placement process, we have been perfecting our graduate to work program for over 38 years. It really works. We have a career placement department here. Kaylee is the head of that here, and we will have all these different companies come in, and we start working with you on your first day of resident training school. We have lifetime job placement assistance. With our placement process, we use one-on-one private counseling sessions to direct our students to companies that would be a good match for both the company and the student. We have contacts with numerous different companies, as well as we can always reach out to companies for you as well. We have a job board that is listed on our website, truckschool.com/jobs. We can definitely help you find a perfect match for you. Those of you who are coming from out of town to come to school, you might ask, where do I stay? You can stay anywhere you would like, but if you're looking for the best deal, we suggest the Green Cove Springs Inn. It's located within 7 miles from the training grounds, has a microwave, refrigerator, free cable with HBO and free Wi-Fi. There's special rates for our national training students. It's $902 for the 4 weeks, which breaks down to $34 a night. They're double occupancy, so it would be 2 students in a room. Go over our cost, fees, and financing real fast with you. The tuition for the school is $6,495. We do offer lots of types of financing. We have outside financing from banks and credit unions, workforce, vocational rehab. A lot of the veterans have those GI Bills or post 9/11. TAA. We have income share agreements where they basically help you pay for the school up front, and then you're going to pay them back a portion of your wages throughout the month. We have in-house financing, which is a half down. We finance the remainder in-house. And Marty touched base on that tuition reimbursement, where the schools, the trucking company that you go to work for is going to help you pay back for school. It's going to pay you a monthly installment towards that grand total that you did pay for coming to school. And they even pay those of you who used an organization like your veterans GI Bill. They'll pay you back even though the GI Bill paid for you to come to school. So it's a great opportunity. After all, we've been doing this for a long time. It's all good. We have it all. Here we're going to train you on manual transmissions. I know, like Marty said, their particular trucks are automatics, but a lot of the trucks in the industry are still manual transmissions. Here we have the companies and the jobs. We have industry recognition. We're approved schools with most of the companies that you're going to go have an opportunity to work for. We have impeccable governmental relations, guaranteed tuition financing for everyone with that in-house financing. It's a great option for a lot of people. We have 38,000, actually it's over 40,000 graduates that came possibly before you. We have a program that is really fun to complete. We have a lot of great guys around here for our instructors. It's a great family environment. We have a lot of fun, but we also get the business done and remain safe while doing so. And we have our awesome training facility. Like I said, it's a 350-acre campus here with the 1.25 mile track that makes a huge difference for those of you learning to drive the trucks. We want to make sure that you're safe before you ever leave the property, and we do so by utilizing that controlled environment with our track. We appreciate all of our students from the Department of Veterans Affairs programs, vocational rehab programs, state vocational rehab programs, state workforce programs, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs. So this just kind of touches base on a handful of the companies that we work with. Schneider, like I said, you just spoke with Marty. You guys listened to Marty, what he had to say. But companies like TMC, which is a flatbed company, Covenant Transportation. We deal a lot with Windy Hill. They're a refrigerated foliage company, so they deliver plants. So lots of different companies that are going to be a great option for every one of you. We're going to find something that's a good fit for each and every person that comes through the school here. So again, I'm going to open up the phones here for questions. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to call on you each one at a time. If you guys would, just go ahead and turn your mic on when I call you, and let's see if we can answer any questions for you. We're going to start with Christina. Christina, you can go ahead and click on your mic. John Clancy, I see that you just asked a question in the chat. When is our next class? Our next class is going to start on January 3rd. So right after the holidays, we're going to kick the year off right with a new class. Then it starts every 4 weeks after that. DeJuan Downer, do you have any questions? All right, he said he does not. Janard, do you have any questions for me this evening? Christina, I see you say your mic will unmute. If you have any questions, just go ahead and type it in the chat. I'll be happy to answer it for you. Jannard, you said you're all set. Okay. Kashawn Russell, do you have any questions for me this evening? Miracle, I see your question. I'm going to send you an email, a direct answer, so we can talk about that together, okay? I'm going to give you my phone number. All right, moving on to the next person. Marshall, do you have any questions? Okay, I see a couple of questions coming in the chat here. Mike asked, what time does the class run to on a normal day? Our classes take place, great question, Mike, from Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Marshall asked, what do you mean by tuition reimbursement? Tuition reimbursement, Marshall, is where when you go to work for a company, they're going to pay you back each month an allotted amount to go towards paying you back for school. That's on top of your wages that you would make working for that company. All right, I hope that answered your question, Marshall. Jannard, I'll absolutely send you my phone number right now. If anybody else needs my phone number, go ahead and jot it down. It's 904-297-3230. That's my direct line. Or you can call the school itself at 904-272-4000. Again, that's 904-272-4000. Okay, Christina, I see you said, do you help with the DOT number? If you're referring to receiving a DOT number to become like an owner operator, we don't help with that directly, but we can definitely give you some resources for that. Jawan, the best answer for that is if we do your qualifying form, we can definitely look into that and see what kind of options we have for you. So again, you can call the school at 904-272-4000. We can get some information from you and send you over that qualifying form. Also on our website, truckschool.com, at the top of the page, there's a button that says, do I qualify? If you go ahead and click on that button and fill that form out, if you haven't done so yet, we can definitely help you out with that. Marshall, the phone number for the school is 904-272-4000, or my direct line, 904-297-3230. Great questions, guys. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this evening of our webinar. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help you guys out. In order to exit the webinar, you're going to go to File, Exit, Leave Webinar. Marshall, I'm sending you my phone number right now, okay? And to leave the webinar this evening, you're going to go File, Exit, Leave Webinar. Thank you guys so much for attending this evening. We'd love to help you guys out with starting your new career as a truck driver. We would love to have you here at National. If there's anyone who I didn't answer your questions, please just let me know in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and I'll be happy to help you. Again, to exit this evening, it is File, Exit, Leave Webinar.